Here, Captain. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Oh, if we have to. Ebbside. The rough part of town. Not everybody.
Don't be a stranger.
I picked up something you might be interested in. Time to leave this place behind.
Thanks for having me aboard, Captain. I promise not to press all the buttons. Just most of them.
Hell of a view from here.
General? You again.
Jump complete. Propulsion restored.
Greetings, pilot. This is Jiro Sugiyama, head of Paradiso Security. I apologize for coming over this emergency channel, but we are in need of assistance concerning the large ship in orbit, and we value discretion in this matter. If you are willing and able, please see me as soon as possible at the main security office in Paradiso. Over and out.
Solid docking job there. Nice work.
Stay alert. Weapons at the ready.
Remain calm. There's no reason to suspect whatever it is hostile. You're... human. It's just that we weren't expecting to find life, let alone human life out here.
Imagine being cut off from humankind for that long.
Perhaps we should greet our guests.
Of course. Manners. I'm Captain Diana Brackenridge. This is Security Officer Bomani Reader. And this is Dr. Mabuti da Costa, one of our elders.
A pleasure to meet you.
I see. As you may have presumed, we're in a bit of a bind. Our ship has finally completed its near 200-year journey from Earth, only to find our new home seemingly colonized by... well, we don't know. Communications haven't been successful, so your arrival is fortuitous. Perhaps you'd be willing to act as a middle person between ourselves and... the others. Well, the short answer is, we didn't. It's a generation ship, which is to say that most of us lived long, happy lives on board and passed our mission down to our children. It was never intended that the original crew would make it to our destination. The goal was always the preservation of the human race above all else. Though it would seem that was perhaps a bit presumptuous. We do. Well, sort of. We saw structures using our surveying equipment. We've also seen the various ships pass us by. Some even seemed to want to communicate, but couldn't. Of course, we had no idea that they were being piloted by other humans. We're not entirely sure. Our engine... all we hear when using them to communicate with... Oh yes, of course. Now then. Dr. DaCosta, you may return to your quarters if you wish.
Thank you, Captain.
I will follow you to the bridge, ma'am, for security purposes.
I do not believe we have need to fear our guest, but I'll allow it if you insist.
Now that we know what's out there, things are gonna be more
Welcome to the Earth colony ship Constant. In the early 2100s, my ancestor, Rupert Brackenridge, researched a number of scientific scenarios: climate change, asteroid impact, nuclear war, global pandemic, and more. Each scenario showed the likelihood of an extinction-level event to be within 50 years. He fully believed Earth was destined to be rendered uninhabitable. We've always assumed that's what happened. So, he gathered the best and brightest he could find, built the Constant, and set a course for this planet here. We were told that it was the largest, most advanced ship ever constructed on Earth at the time. If you can believe, entire generations have been born, lived, and died on this ship. It really goes to show that there are no limits to human ingenuity and perseverance.
Never seen a ship like yours before. Then again, I haven't seen any ships before you arrived.
So, here we are. Let's talk.
Brackenridge. That sounds so familiar. Something from history slates that I've read. I have to say, with technology this outdated, I'm amazed this vessel is able to navigate at all. It's almost like walking through a museum.
Hey! So it is true. An actual stranger aboard our ship? Wow. Oh, geez. Sorry, of course you don't know my name. We never met. I'm Yue. Wow, I never thought this would happen. Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to. Oh, I'm the navigation officer, though I switch between nav and piloting. I'll be honest, the ship pretty much flies itself. Its destination hasn't changed since it launched, and we're here now, so I'm not sure what's next. It's incredible. I'm pretty excited to meet new people and ask them all sorts of questions. I wonder about all we've missed this whole time while humanity has advanced around us. I'll be watching the skies for you.
We got strict rules around here, but they're strict for a reason.
I know I'm getting up there in years, but I don't think I'll ever tire of flying.
Careful waving that fancy gun around. You don't need to see what it can do.
No matter the outcome, I won't let my crew down. We didn't believe anyone would be out here. but I'm glad for it. Well, as I mentioned, we've been unsuccessful in communications with anyone up until you arrived, though not for lack of trying. But since you're asking, maybe you'd be willing to be a sort of diplomat between us and them as we attempt to resolve our situation. Does that sound agreeable to you? We know there's a settlement on the planet below, meaning people were here before us. You see, we intended to settle here, but we assumed that they intend to defend their claim given their presence here. We'd like you to go speak to them on our behalf and help us negotiate a solution, preferably one that favors us. Based on the data our ancestors had when they launched this endeavor, it was determined that this was the perfect planet for us. Even if we had another viable candidate planet, we lack the resources to get there. And as you know, it took us 200 years to get here. Our people have no desire to go back to drifting the stars so their children's children can possibly settle on an inferior planet. Excellent. Make no mistake, this is our planet, and we intend for them to see this our way. So, speak with their leadership and see if you can negotiate a solution on our behalf. Report back to me and let me know what they say. We thought about it, but it simply won't do. I need to think about the distant future of our people. Sure, our first settlement may be small, but our predecessors dreamt of our new civilization spreading across the globe. That will be difficult if someone else plans to do the same. While we're not completely close to the idea of sharing, it's much easier if we have complete domain over this world. Now, it makes little sense to give up before you try.
Just because our equipment's old doesn't mean it won't work to take down.
Hey! It's almost time to take inventory of our stock again. Hi there. Oh! Nice to meet you. And that's true. As you can imagine, everyone kind of just knows each other around here. Yeah, I know. We were born into a universe where we legitimately thought we were the only people in existence. Anyway, sorry for freezing up before. I just didn't expect our visitor from the outside to stop by and chat with me. I'm Daisuke, the ship's provisions manager. I'm not sure... We manage. But here, this is it. It works out for the most... Not really. Almost everything is... So when that happened, mostly... Be seeing you. Keeping track of all our supply. See you around. Hi there.
I wonder what else is out there.
were never trained to address them.
Good day, Captain.
Nice. Clean sep there. Let's put this bird on the ground.
Things for you.
Hello, Captain. Hi, please disregard. Yes, Captain.
Hello, Captain. Until we meet again.
Don't worry about us. We're just here to keep the peace.
Welcome to Paradiso. Do you have a security concern?
Something I can help you with?
Ah, yes. Let's get right to it then. As you can imagine, under normal circumstances, we would not enlist outside help in this manner. But this is a matter we can't afford to worry our guests about. As such, we need to handle this discreetly. Failure on your part to do so could have severe So, before we proceed, can you swear not to discuss this? Great, I appreciate it. Not too long ago, a strange and enormous ship appeared in Parima space. So far, doesn't seem to be hostile, but any attempts to communicate with it have been in vain, so... I see. Well, if you're speaking on their behalf, I'll refer you right along to the chairman of the... All formal decisions will go through.
Prime target for pirates.
One of these days, I'd love to experience this resort the way our guests do.
No major incidents in a while. Let's hope it stays.
Oh, this looks like a lovely place for a stay. Might also be the perfect time to stop for some food or a tranquility. What? Should we begin? Thank you, when you have a moment.
Paradiso Security's only here.
Excuse me, you can't just waltz in there. I really don't, and I can't have you barging in on the executives. Oh, you're the one they're waiting for then. People were a little freaked out around here, understandably. It looks so different and it's so massive. We honestly thought we were under attack by an unknown entity. But then, nothing happened, and we've been very careful not to alert the resort guests. Sure.
I just feel that we should be focusing on the natural beauty of this planet, not our amenities.
There are millions of planets out there. People can go to any one of them. The resort facilities are precisely what we bring to the table. Heck, it's the only thing we've really got to offer.
I don't want to risk us coming off as just another artificial, shady, trash-filled dump like Neon. That's not who we are. We've got something special here. We should embrace that.
Belom's right.
Thank you.
We don't want to compete with Neon. Bayou's ruthless. He'll do anything he can to eliminate the competition. We don't need that kind of trouble. Come on, mate. Loads more interesting things to do outside. No need to mill about in here. We, the Paradiso Group, bought the rights to this planet years ago with the intent of turning it into the biggest and best resort in the universe. To that end, I'd say we've succeeded. As such, no other leisure enterprises may operate on the planet without renting land from us. But as you can see, none can afford such a deal. I am. And you must be the diplomat Jiro told me about. Welcome, welcome. Normally I'd offer you an all-inclusive stay at our resort before we spoke. But given the circumstances, I'm going to cut to the chase. We've got our friends, the aliens, up there causing all sorts of problems for our resort. You like that? The marketing team came up with it. The thought is, if we can't get rid of them, it might actually attract more tourism. Come see the aliens! Sarcasm is it? But you're right. No one's gonna buy aliens. So tell me, what's the actual... Well, that's something. Shame we can't just tell them kindly to bugger off. Something tells me that's not gonna work. Now, tell me, what are we going to do about it? Give me some proposals, people. I need something to work with here.
We could offer to resettle them here. There's more than enough space.
They could stay here, temporarily, but it'll cost them. Quite a bit, too. They'd need to work off all their debts before being allowed to leave.
Maybe not. What if we help them get out of here? Outfit their ship with a grav drive so they can find a new home. We could even lend our engineers to help and give their captain an updated star map. What do you think?
Sounds costly. We can't absorb that cost, and it's unlikely they even have compatible currency, let alone enough for the transaction. Someone else would have to foot the bill.
Oh, I swear this would be a lot easier if they ceased to exist entirely. Anyway, Seema's got the right idea. Either works for me. Just tell me what you want to do. It's not our responsibility. We're being more than shit. A custom grav drive. That leaves the only... And which proposal will you be taking to the... Good on you. You want to see a man named... He's the best in the business, if anyone. We'll coordinate our engineering team with his when you...
I know this was a difficult decision, but if it's any consolation, I think you've made the right choice. Compared to the destruction of their vessel and relegating them to a life of servitude, I'd say this is the best chance they've got.
Right. On behalf of... That being said,
when you have
I'm sure you realise how... Right, back to work.
Discuss.
Sounds good. I'll look into what that would cost.
Hello there.
leave right away, or do you
Just
need a
kidding.
little space?
But really, are we?
Welcome to
There's
Freestar
something I need
Base.
to talk to you about.
We're gonna do a quick scan for contraband, and you can be on your way. Scan complete. You're clear to land.
It's a gorgeous day in the space lanes.
All's well, Captain. All things considered.
Here, I have some. I picked it up on one of our latest planetary expeditions. I'm just pleased I get. Check back with me from time to. Remember our last conversation? Well, it got me thinking. So I dove into our archives and started looking through Constellation's older journal entries. Just because I wasn't familiar with the experience you described doesn't mean the same might have been true for my predecessor. Unfortunately, no. Other than you and Barrett, there were no records of direct encounters with the artifacts. I have to admit, though, I did get more than a bit sidetracked reminiscing about old times. Really? After reading... Well, there's no reason to be jealous. Aja was the one that taught me. Yeah, you know... Exactly. There was... Oh, I find that sort... At this point, you know, all this... Well, I respected her. Had that been... Come to think of it. Oh, don't worry. The worst that... Well, I don't expect... You see... Good. Then we're both... Anyway, that's...
Aye, Captain. Good to see you.
Landing site locked. Take us in.
After all. For sale.
It's great to see you. How is Ma?
Oh, same as usual.
One Hope certainly embodies the
How can I
saying,
direct you?
spared no expense.
If you have an appointment with Rano, he's very busy. If you need anything else, just grab me.
Another day, another shift.
Oh, hello. Someone worth paying attention to. Well, all of them. I've been with Mr. Hope since near the beginning. I think he appreciates my attention to detail and my focus on the fundamentals. Although he has been hinting that the R&D budget may dry up if I don't produce results. Sure, that sounds like me. What can I do for you? Oh, you should have just said that. Of course I can help you. Oliver sent a courier ahead of you. I did some research on ships from that era, and I have a decent idea what we're dealing with. So grav drives didn't really take off until after the ship was built. But I've got access to an ancient grav drive that looks like it could be compatible. With some minor adjustments. It's in good shape, too. Parts not cheap, though. Neither is the labor. Just play the cabal. You're darn right it is. I recommend you go back to the ship and ask the captain to prepare for its retrofit. Standard stuff. We'll send the part along when it's ready and install it with the help of Oliver's people. Pleasure working with you.
Scratch the paint.
Just stay out of trouble.
I've lived my entire life in the Constant.
The Constant is a peaceful ship. Don't change that.
I was hoping to talk to our visitor from outer space, and here you... I have a million burning questions, but I won't... How did you do it? Did humanity finally discover faster-than-light travel and eclipse our poor old ship? Oh, I've heard of this technology, but always believed it was theoretical in nature. Maybe we can talk about it in more detail later. I'm sure you have more pressing matters to handle. I've got so many questions, but I'm being rude. I haven't even given you my name. Chief Engineer Kazemi, but you can call me Amin. And, I might add, I'm one of the reasons we're still floating out here today. Indeed. Thank you for being so kind and indulging me. You must understand how thrilling this news is for someone like me. Someone who suspected this encounter was, in fact, possible. Yes! So many! Does everyone have their own spaceships like you? Do people only live on naturally habitable planets, or did they learn to terraform? Are we in contact with alien species? I have so many more, but I don't want to take up all your time. I'm not surprised. The amount of energy it would take to terraform an entire planet seems improbable. I can assume these types of colonies are strictly for mining and gathering rare resources, since there are nearly limitless habitable planets to choose from out there. Disappointing, but not unexpected. When you showed up, I tried to tell the others about the Fermi Paradox. I suggested that the most likely explanation for you was that humanity had developed faster, more advanced technology and had leapfrogged us. Seems I was right. Haha! I knew it! Incredible! Amazing! Simply amazing! In our ancestors' time, only the very wealthy could afford to build ships. Even this ship was only possible by our families pulling together nearly all of their financial resources. Many years ago, when I was a junior engineer, the reactor's computer burned out. The computer that controls the reactor's various regulators. I'll spare you the details, but when that happens, the ship and everyone on it is in danger of turning into a mess of hot slag. I had to jury-rig parts from old media devices to prevent a meltdown. And that's how I became the boss around here. Some may say I'm a master of keeping things together with nothing but duct tape and bubblegum. Well, if we had any gum left. Pretty sure that ran out 100 years ago. When I'm not dealing with catastrophic engine failures, I manage the other engineers. We maintain all the machinery, computers, you name it. We keep the life support on and the ship flying. What grav drive? Just joking with you. The Paradiso engineers filled me in. Okay, let's see what we need to do. All right. This will be fun. And hopefully there will be no explosions in the process. I have just received word that the drive is here. Ready? Great, great, great! First thing I need you to do is reroute the power from the port turbo pump to the auxiliary cryogenic radiator. Then, turn the plasma runoff inhibitor function to 5%. Last, you'll need to decouple the magnetic flange pipe enclosures from the Got it?
Sir, there's a minor issue with the O2 regulator.
Something wrong? There are 3 things. Reroute the power from the port turbo pump to the auxiliary cryogenic radiator. Turn the plasma runoff inhibitor function to 5%. Decouple the magnetic flange pipe enclosures from the auxiliary See you!
this time, we thought we were alone.
If the other something wrong? There are 3 things we need. Reroute the power from the port turbo pump to the auxiliary cryogenic radiator. Turn the plasma decouple the magnetic... careful not to touch anything on your way out. Can't tell you. Something wrong? There's still something left. Decouple the magnetic... something wrong? There's still something left to do. Decouple the magnetic flange pipe enclosures from the auxiliary module assembly. So long! Looks like everything is good to go on both your end and mine. All that's left now is to hope this gravity... Good luck out there!
These are exciting times, aren't they?
Wow. Hi. We were never trained to address threats coming from outside our ship.
Now that you're here, I can finally give my crew a chance at a new life. Well, well, it would appear we have the means to go nearly anywhere now, thanks to you. The engineers even upgraded our communications equipment so we can speak with passing ships. Turns out it was a pretty easy fix. Thank you again for all you've done. We don't yet know, but we did receive a star map from the Paradiso engineers. I suppose we'll just chart a course for other suitable habitable worlds until we find one that matches the quality of Paradiso. Porima 2 here. Without you, we'd most likely be stuck. But you went above and beyond. I'll make sure people tell tales of your generosity for as long as our society lives. I don't know if we can ever fully repay you. Thank you again. That planet was not right for us anyway. No doubt the next one will be. Difficult is the wrong word. It can be both challenging at times and also exciting. Our mission was to rebuild humanity on a distant world, believing that we were Earth's last hope. To think that while there has always been a Brackenridge in the captain's chair, that I am the one to finally oversee our journey's end is truly exhilarating. Goodness, I'm not sure yet. We'll need to study our new star map. Then, well, I suppose we'll venture forth and try to find the perfect new home for us. It may take some time, but I'm confident we'll find something. And when we do, we'll find a shuttle to take us planetside.
Careful waving that fancy gun around. You don't need to see what it can do.
I wonder what it's like out there beyond our little community.
Wow! I've heard about you, but here you are.
You were so close to finding our new home. Hopefully it won't be too much longer.
Boy, am I glad you won some sleep.
Just because our equipment's old doesn't mean it won't work to take down troublemakers. Great. How many more days, months, years?